Hey there, my name is Lena and I do readings using playing cards. How is that different from tarot? Maybe it's not. Actually, so many people are using different techniques to achieve the similar things, and that's the beauty of it. Why I would like to talk about playing cards? Well, because it's what I use, that's what I do. I've been doing that for a while, since I was 16, and now I'm 38. I know, Anyway, it just sounds weird saying that I've been doing something for 22 years, but again, you have to understand that when you're doing something as a 16-year-old, it's pretty much different from doing something as a 38-year-old. And I would say that I've started kind of being interested in that when I was a child, when I was little, because it's a cultural thing. I come from a very fashionable place. It's Russia. I know. I've lived in Germany for the past 9 years, and in Russia and actually in a lot of Slavic countries, I would say that using playing cards is a very common technique to do readings, more common than tarot. I mean, tarot has become popular, but still, this is kind of the thing you go to. That's your roots, almost, in a way. That's why I'm familiar with that. I understand tarot. I have tarot decks, but I prefer using playing cards because, well, I feel so deeply connected to them. And again, I would say when I was younger, I was mainly just doing it blindly. I had my rules. I would apply them to do readings, and right now there are babies crying in my yard, and you probably hear that. Enjoy. In any case, if you have a child, you might get to miss your child. If you don't like kids, enjoy the fact that it's not your kid. Oh, they just got quiet. Anyway, so this is a deck I use. It's a deck I bought several years ago because my old one is just a collection of dust charged with some energy at this point. You can't even shuffle this deck. It became so thick. Every card is so thick, and just with some pieces of paper just falling off its edges. It's beautiful in a way, but you can't really use it. So 4 years ago, I was just walking around thinking, I need a new deck. I need a new deck. I was in a supermarket, literally in a supermarket. I bought this deck. Nothing too special. It didn't come with this bag. Usual playing poker deck. You probably have seen enough of these guys everywhere. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't need anything fancy. Of course, it's nice to have something fancy. I sometimes go to all these websites with playing cards. I look at different designs thinking, I'm gonna get this one, I'm gonna get this one, it's so pretty. Eventually I might, once I'm done with these guys, because I know that you don't need anything fancy, you don't need anything special, anything dramatic. If anything, if you're like me, you know, some people, they buy themselves a little notebook, which is perfect, and they think, okay, I'll start writing the perfect novel in this notebook. And they never do, because nothing they write, sometimes their handwriting is just not too good for the notebook, you know? Or then they just start writing a to-do list there, thinking, oh, what am I doing? The notebook. And I would say with cards, the same thing can happen, because I write my to-do lists on pieces of toilet paper. I'm done, I throw it away. And with the cards, it can happen that you buy something so dramatic and pretty that you will feel intimidated by that. You would never be able to start. You'll be telling yourself, I'll learn everything and then I will start. So just get yourself whatever you feel you can get. This deck is the one I'll be using to show you certain things, because I'll be doing my readings for you using the deck I practice with. And I got this one for $1.99 online. It still would work. I mean, one thing that bothers me with this deck is that it says made in China in rather big letters on the Ace of Spades. So it's here just to demonstrate you certain basics, and that's that. But again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. A lot of people would say never use a deck that was played with before, never use someone else's deck. True and not true, depending for how long you've been practicing. For example, maybe you've been using tarot for ages now and you want to experiment with these. You then know the basics of what cards can give you, what cards can tell you. Some people use cards more kind of as an oracle instrument. They look at pictures, they analyze things. It's more like a psychological thing. And in that case, you don't even need to worry about what kind of deck it is, I would say. If it's more about energy, then of course, because let's say you're a chef and somebody gave you their knife. You're a great chef, the other person was also a great chef, and they were left-handed, you're right-handed. You're using their knife and you feel that the blade is sharper on the side which you don't feel familiar with. It's also, you understand that had it been your knife from the very beginning, by now it would be sharp in different spots and blunt in different spots. So you need some extra time to readjust to someone else's energy. Same with cards. So that's why I would say get a new deck. It's easy, and then later learn to feel it. Mine is rather dirty at this point. It also will be very fluffy eventually, and I'll have to get a different one. But yeah, the quality of the deck is not that important. It's nice, but it's not that important. So what's the difference? What's the difference between these? It's a regular poker deck, right? So poker deck has 52 cards, but we get rid of everything from 2 till 5. We only need cards starting from 6 until the ace. And other than that, you're good to go. I'll be here to share the basics with you because in my culture, it's something people are more or less familiar with, and I think it's really underrepresented in English-speaking community. That's why I thought it's worth trying to introduce you to that. What are the differences? What are the similarities between tarot and these cards? Well, I mean, as you know, tarot, they were used as playing cards as well. We can compare playing cards to tarot without the major arcana. And they also have 4 suits. And I picked aces here to compare them. So this is clubs, the suit of clubs. We compare them to wands. We have spades. That's basically swords. Hearts are cups, feelings, emotions. And diamonds, pentacles. That's that. It's easy as that. Why am I even talking about these cards when a lot of people are practicing tarot? Well, I mean, we can say the same thing. Why talk about tarot when a lot of people are practicing these, right? But still, tarot is getting more and more popular in the country where I'm originally from. Oh, look at me, not even saying its name. Playing cards decks can also become popular amongst those who are familiar with tarot initially. So playing cards, we only use 36 cards. It's way less. Why do I like that? You might think, oh, it's less cards, less information. Think about it as learning a new language. When you're learning a language, you have a dictionary and you're looking up a word, and a word which is unfamiliar to you in a different language has, let's say, 10 different translations in your mother tongue. Initially, you're a bit intimidated, you don't feel the language yet, so you would use the first translation, the first word, to be safe, right? And later, the more you practice, the more you understand and feel the language, its intricacies, its little things, you are more and more comfortable using other meanings. And once you understand these other meanings, then the richer your language becomes and what you can understand from when other people are talking. And these guys, they're very, very eloquent. They can tell you so much. But clearly, initially, when you'll be reading them, you'll be using the first meaning, the first definition in the dictionary. And eventually, with time, you'll learn, you'll feel more. And these cards, they're very in your face. What I like about them is that you can't go and get distracted by the fact that, oh, here we have the tree. The card has negative meaning, but we have this very, very green tree. Let's focus on that. We have lights here. You don't get to analyze the picture. Look at that. It's a heart in a white piece of paper surrounded by other 4 hearts. That's it. It can be also, yeah, of course, upright and reversed, yes, but other than that, there's nothing. And that's the beauty of it, because you get to look within yourself. You get to learn more about yourself, about the world around you, about the energies that are coming your way to talk to you. This is a tool. They're not magical. You are magical. Life is magical. And all the energy and information is everywhere around you. And you choose to absorb it without being distracted by pictures, by all the details. It can be beautiful. You know, I mean, I have ADHD. I think it's very obvious. So I get distracted by little details. You don't have details. You have just the core. And the core, you later kind of put all this energy and information through yourself, and then you feel what they're trying to tell you. I, of course, will be there to tell you the definitions of every card, the combinations, the basic spreads, which spreads which are familiar to you from tarot you can use, which are the classical spreads for playing cards, which are just the intuitive spreads. I'll also be doing readings for you to feel how you connect to these cards. And trust me, it's a beautiful, beautiful, magical journey. So get yourself a deck of playing poker cards. Check out everything between 2 and 5, and you will feel what your hands and your mind and the whole your core and all the energy around you can do and can provide you with. And I wish you all the best on this journey. I'll be there to help you and to give you some insight. And if you don't like me, trust me, there's so many amazing videos online which you can find that will teach you amazing, beautiful things. So if you don't feel that you're vibing, sorry for using this word, then you don't need me. You need someone else, and they will help you. I might help you, I might not. So if you feel, then these cards are bullshit. Cards are not. You just might not like my energy, and it's okay. But if you find something, again, if you bump into someone talking about playing cards soon, maybe stop, listen a little bit. There's a reason why you're bumping into that again in such a short period of time. Have a look, analyze, and you might love it. Have a lovely day and see you soon. Bye-bye.